A lot of y'all in houses, when you help us, it's usually not help, and it's usually something you're going to throw back in our faces later. Out here, we still got to deal with the same thing, and of course, it depends on who you interact with. If they're an alcoholic, they're about the most likely to pull that shit. People who are on meth, close, but not quite the same. But the thing is, there's stuff that each one of us, skills or tools or something that we have that is of use to the others in our community. I got a crescent wrench buried somewhere in my car and a whole shit ton of tools. Ha ha!
Oops. Pilot.
He got his bag of cans stuck in the spokes.
Yeah.
So, of course, what's my reaction? I want to laugh at the guy because it is kind of funny, but then I don't want to be a dick.
Thinking outside the box right there.
Right! See, now that's good old-fashioned American ingenuity. All right, check this out, folks. See that tire there? Well, now that tire is preventing the can of cans, or the bag of cans, from getting stuck in the spokes.
There you go.
Yep. Anyway.
They got outside the triangle, I call it.
Right? Yeah, this ain't Bermuda, but we'll play anyway.
That's right. Hey, you ever wondered why the fucking wooden ships that went through Bermuda Triangle never fucking sank? Because they didn't have any magnetic instruments.
Could be it.
Everything was magnetized. Someone told me that the other day. I was like, holy shit, you're fucking right.
Oh, that would mean that there's some sort of big magnet in there, which is weird because you think it would take you.
Yeah, some sort of magnet shift, or definitely not near the poles or anything magnetic poles. So I mean, I don't know.
Well, whatever's under there, they have the magnetic north. They start getting close to the Bermuda Triangle. Apparently, it starts pointing over if it's to or away from it. Yeah, and then once they're over like a lodestone, if you take a what do you call it? One of those, a compass, and you put it on top of a lodestone.
Does it make it go all crazy and do things?
It does make it go all crazy and do things. Anyway, as far as helping this guy out, no, I'm not going to be able to help him out much. I'm not a bike mechanic. My friend Jeremy Elliott, you know what he was into when he was growing up? BMX. Ah, shite. Was ist das? Das ist eine Schweinehunde. All right. Now I'm actually going to turn this off while I dig through my car. But again, I just want to impress upon y'all that the people that we have to depend on out here are ourselves and each other, and many of the each others are not necessarily out for our best interest, and many of them aren't even out for theirs. So when you run into somebody who needs help them. Maybe they're schizophrenic, maybe they're a meth addict, maybe they're an alcoholic, maybe they're sober. Maybe they got severe trauma, maybe they don't. Maybe they come from an upper middle class white family, who knows? But what I do know is that they're still people. They're still human beings. Now, there are many times where addicts cease to be human beings. They become the drug. Once they've become the drug, you really can't get them back until they're done with it or until they die. And then you obviously aren't going to get them back. So, I got a crescent wrench, but this is my combo wrench set.
Appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely. And of course, I found me a whole bunch of cans and stuff and bottles, so we'll grab them and turn them in. And after we turn them in, I'll have a few more pennies to spend, which is good. Now, as far as the imperfect thing, here in America, we like our victims to be perfect, or rather to look perfect. Natalie Bollinger, for surely she was a victim, but not of me. She was a victim of her crooked-ass family. All right, I'm not sure if this Simply Orange is going to be any good. It's been sitting in my car for about 4 months.
Simply rancid, huh?
It might be.
I love that band.
It doesn't smell like booze.
Ha, Pruno.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
My favorite part of Pruno is the slugs. A slug is a chunk of fruit that you put in your Pruno.
Yeah. Kind of like the worm, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I catch a lot of flack for helping people who are drug addicts or people who are alcoholics. Now, there's a thin line there. I mean, you got to be able to identify whether that person is still a person inside or whether they've become the drug. Because once they become the drug, you can't help them. Once they've become the drug, they'll do all sorts of horrible shit to you, even if you're their own kids. And that's the nature of addiction. There's one guy out here, he was telling me that the reason he's out here is because when he was growing up, he was sober and he had a wife and he had a kid and everything was fine and dandy. And then he hurt his back and lost his job. And then, of course, he was feeling sorry for himself. He was living with his son. He was drinking heavy and became an alcoholic while he was still in a house. And his son said, "Hey, Dad, I can't take care of you. I can't do this. I can't support your alcohol habit. And I can barely pay rent. I can barely take care of my food needs. And, you know, Dad, I need you to help." Now, the guy was telling me he'd been trying to get his son to help him to get disability or something like that. Because, I mean, this guy, when he hurt his back, he hurt his neck. Man just drove by that looks very similar to someone who was messaging me yesterday, so I had to double take it. Anyway, that guy is out here, and I haven't seen him in a few days, but he was having similar issues to me. He needs someone to do this stuff with him because he's not getting anywhere. He is disabled. He is screwed up. He's also got a really massive fucking scar on the side of his head. And that's from, of course, damage from when he hurt his back. And I don't want to tell his story wrong because there's like 5 or 6 people that they've got similar stories, but you know, the injury stories anyway. I just don't remember exactly how he got injured. But he was drunk and he got into an argument with his son, and his son kicked him out, and now he's out here on the streets. And, you know, he admits that he's the one that screwed up. It was his alcoholism that was what created that issue. He doesn't blame his son for his alcoholism, but he's aggravated with his son because when he first went to his son said, "Oh, well, you can stay here and, you know, I'll help you do that stuff." And his son didn't actually help him with that stuff. And a lot of that, you know, obviously this guy, if he's got kids that he can stay with, he's an older guy. He's not in his 20s. He's not somebody who's going to be necessarily tech savvy. And he's not. That's a lot of the reason that he went to his son instead of his daughter. His son was tech savvy. But then his son couldn't take the time away to actually help. Well, you can, you know, some of the things that you... Thank you.
You think?
Absolutely.
You got it right.
Some of the things he was saying that, I'll give it a spin before I put them away.
Yeah, well, it's...
Oh, shit.
It's a little rusty chain, but it'll buff out.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the chain. That shifter on the back is loose.
Yeah.
You got a screwdriver? All right. Well, I won't bother you then.
Yeah, it's just rusty. It's sitting for a long time. We'll take these in real quick.
I should take these in.
Yeah, Penny.
Yep. All right. So might not be perfect, and there's a lot of them that are screw ups. I'm not going to pretend they ain't. Everybody screws up. But the difference is, are they allowed to? Me, people expected me to be perfect all the time. People who are assholes all the fucking time. It's fine for them to be assholes all the time. But for me, if I have one fucking bad day, I'm a fucking demon, right? No, I've had a lot of fucking bad days because people didn't give a shit. My own family showed me they didn't give a shit. I had to pay my sister over $1,800 to help me. And what'd she do? She ripped me the fuck off. Yes, you goddamn right. That's something I have to turn in. I have to be able to turn in the crimes against me without being victimized by law enforcement. I can't exactly take that one in. It's full of ashes. This one I can take in though. Lots and lots and lots of trash. None of my heroes are perfect. But also, my heroes are not the same as your heroes. My heroes don't do the things that your heroes do. Your heroes shoot baskets or they shoot people. My heroes help people. Some of them are on drugs, some of them ain't. Some of the greatest heroes in my lifetime ended up being the biggest piece of the shit too, though. Alright, well, that one ain't gonna work. Okay, what else have we got here? Alright, we got a few cans and bottles anyway. Not enough to make $1 million or anything, but better than nothing for damn sure. Oh, it's right here. You can actually take it with you if you want. I'll be right down there shortly. Yeah. And I'll grab my other charger and put some more charge on my phone so you can tune your guitar. Yes, sir. All right. I guess I'll be using this here bag. This was going to be for artwork, but it got some oil spilled on it, or grease of some sort, so this will, shite, that was smart, wasn't it? Anyway, I gotta pretend that I'm okay 24 hours a day. I gotta hide the fact that I got anxiety. You know what? There's a difference between you guys having clinical anxiety and somebody who's got a situation that's fucked. Somebody who's got an anxiety because they've got everything in their lives taken from them. We're not allowed to have a life. You destroy our history. You destroy our credit. You destroy our lives because we're not rich, because we don't have the money to defend ourselves. You choose to victimize us. And that's not fucking okay. My dad wanted to say that he wouldn't help me with any of this legal stuff because when he went to prison, well, when he went to prison, it was 1984 and he was guilty. Also, as far as having cameras and stuff back in the 1980s, that you could carry around and film stuff like we can today, that didn't exist. So my dad's trying to compare my situation without even looking at my situation or trying to understand the situation. No, you don't get to fucking victimize me and pretend like I'm the bad guy. My dad's a world-class piece of shit, but most people are. Any one of these people could have actually cared to help me to turn these things in. The only people I wasted my time with were the ones who said that they were going to help me turn it in. Those are the only ones I wasted my time with. And look, none of them helped me. And then they want to throw it in my face. Really? I'm aware you didn't fucking help me, you piece of shit. Now here's the thing. The things that you told me and the things that you told others are not the same. Why did you pretend? Because you're a piece of shit.